I'm Qianna, founder of 290's Closet, and you are now tuned into Danaya Azure.
Hey, Qianna, how are you?
I am well. How are you?
I am good. I am good. So the phenomenal Miss Cannison is the owner of 290's Closet, which
Yeah,
is a place where kids can go and get clothing for free. So can you
absolutely.
explain how this whole thing works?
Yes. So it all started.
And of course, it decides to cut out. Hold on. Gotta love it when this thing cuts off. Well, at least at the beginning, so it's all good. Hold on, let me move it real quick because our video went out. Of course. So I'll pick back up. Around 111. Okay.
Wagon. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah,
So it started.
so how did it start?
I was facilitating a program called Alternative Perspectives at Austin College and Career Academy on the West Side, and just kind of noticed that there was kind of a couple of kids that just weren't neat coats, clothes, shoes, stuff like that. So I ended up principal, and I asked her what did she think about me opening up like a care closet, like a donation closet where people could drop off clothes and give them out to the kids in need. And it just
Right.
kind of blew up from there. Like people heard about it on social media. I started posting like just small flyers, or saying, oh, we need this size and that size. And I looked up and was
Mm.
staring at bags, girl, like bags.
I saw.
Yes. 20, 30, 40 bags. And I was like, oh my God. So now I had to like just start recruiting, getting racks and hangers. And so now we're in month 9. So we're not
Wow.
even a year old yet. Yep. And we have 2 classrooms now inside of Austin High School. One where the kids are able to shop. It's kind of set up like a store. And then another room specifically for storage, folding, organizing, because we do donate to other organizations as well.
That's phenomenal. So talk about some of the impacts when it comes to your students and how their whole personalities have changed now that they
They
are
love
able
it.
to access.
They love it. They beat the door down because I'm such a small company right now, a small business. I'm, kind of short on the hands. So sometimes, like, I'll have to shut down for a couple days, when so many bags come in. I have to close down, and they beat it down, beat the door down. Miss Qianna, are you open? Miss Qianna, are you open? Because we really do get good stuff. And shout out to the community because they really do donate awesome stuff. And it's just they be happy. The kids are happy.
Yes, I know the one thing that we were talking about was that, you know, kids already have it so hard and with everything that they go through, right? Comes to bullying, all that kind of stuff. But if they're not able to be clean or have clean clothes, it really can hurt their the, their personalities, and they're not able to shine.
Yes. Or they don't come to school.
Mm.
They won't come to school. Like if they feel as if, and we still have incidents where, we have kids that will tease the other kids if they notice that, they've been shopping inside of the classroom and blah, 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 blah. But then on the flip side, you'll have other kids that will finally come in and they'll be like, oh, well, I didn't know you had this type of stuff in here, Miss Qianna. Like, or I didn't know that
Mhm.
you guys had polo, or I didn't know that you guys had Jordans, and stuff like that. So I'm just really constantly working, of course, to get funding and to kind of just like build a name to where maybe we can get some celebrity pieces, auction some stuff out, turn it
Mhm.
into like an incentivized type of situation. Just continue to grow and make it like popular and just make it like, it's okay to get things from here.
Exactly. It's interesting because it's kind of like when you have the thrift shop, how people used to make fun of you when you're going to the thrift shop. Now you can't find nothing to do at the thrift shop because everybody's going to the daggone thrift shop. I blame you,
Absolutely.
McEnroy. I blame you for that one.
Right.
Because look, am I lying though? Ever since he had that record, now you can't find no good thrift stop.
I'm telling you, like the thrift shop really be lagging because I was definitely an avid thrift shopper. Like
Yes.
so, but I really, I think that we get it for free, and that giving it out for free is just the best thing to do. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
Absolutely. Like I said, and it helps so many people, and then it inspires people to want to give back even
it
more.
does. Yep. We did a coat drive. And the kids were very happy. We set up in the auditorium and we just let them come in and we laid out coats and in the seats, so that they would be able to see what the options were. And a lot of kids were happy. They got first downs, long jackets, and we've
Nice.
had a couple of designers and boutiques donate to us so far. And they was just happy, like
Yes.
happy. Hats, gloves, we had the Boys and Girls Club gave us 2 big bags of like hats, the heat warmers though, the heat warmer hats and the
Oh,
gloves and the legs
nice.
go on their, their jeans and stuff. So, and they gave us a big bag of undies because I always say, we're dealing with kids, so there's
Yes.
liabilities. So if you bring undies, please bring them brand new in the pack.
Yes.
So we had a couple issues with that, but we donate to the West Side Opioid Task Force and Fuel Movement Community Center. So we have other
Nice.
places where nothing goes in the garbage. Basically, we
Right.
don't throw anything away.
Absolutely. You know, and now we are in Chicago, and it's very interesting how Chicago, we have these amazing programs that get no knowledge. And not only do they get no knowledge, but they make it hard for people to be able to conduct these programs. So talk a
hmm
little bit about the challenges that you've been facing when it comes to the city.
Well, I did find it odd that okay, so I don't have a budget. So mostly what I just need is the space. Like I come with my own clothes, I come with my own racks, my own hangers, but we do really need places to set up. So I started once I noticed that CPS does restrict it to only CPS kids, right? Kids can't come in off the street, and I don't have my own building yet. So I was like, well, let me try, a park district. And I just, I just got a lot of no's. I got a lot of no's. I kind of got up in a little, I guess, political or underground kind of battle with management at one of the parks. And I've been to 5 parks. I've been to West Garfield, the Golden Dome. I've been to Homan Square, Austin Town Hall, Douglas, and Columbus, and was not able to get in any of those. And then it's kind of like it's like a cat and mouse. So I had got introduced to the principals at Michelle Clark, and after so many emails or just dropping in and nobody is available, that kind of like dims your light or kind of like
Mm-hmm.
take the fight out of you. Like I don't want to keep chasing people. And I tried Christ the King, I tried the Marillac House. So, and it's like people who give me the time of day to hear it, they like it, but it's just like they don't have room for it.
Right.
So, which I'm just like, how? How? Or, you're in all of these community meetings and you're rubbing elbows with political figures. And everybody knows that Chicago has money. Like,
That
it's
part.
not a secret. It's never been a secret. Chicago has money. We had in 2023 a $16.4 billion budget, not for the state of Illinois, but for the city of Chicago. So
Alone.
there is money here, but it's like, you got to be in the in crowd to kind of like get it. Or grant writers, they want 3,500 or 2,500 to kind of help you navigate through the grant application. And it's like, I get it, right? Grants are not guaranteed, right? So, but that's on both ends. So
Yeah.
if you write the grant and I don't get the money, then I guess you don't get paid. But if I pay you and I don't get the money, then I'm still, you know what I'm saying? So
Right.
it's like an uphill battle. And it gets frustrating. And so many times I'll be like, what am I doing? Because this takes up a lot of your day and your time. Like, it's
Yeah.
not like, I'm willy nilly in 1 hour a week. No, I'm doing this every single day.
Wow.
Like, I'm literally in the car right now because I just left the closet. And the
Wow.
school is not even open this week due to holiday, but I have access. So I'm still in there, still working, still cleaning because stuff is constantly coming through.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
Especially now
like,
because it's the holidays, so I'm sure they're going to be,
exactly,
people are
dropping
more
off
into
stuff. They
getting
cleaning
in
up,
spirit.
getting ready to
Mm-hmm.
host parties and cleaning up their houses and stuff, and they're dropping stuff off, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, I need a helping hand. I need a helping hand. I need my own building. I was recently sponsored. I was recently what's the word I'm looking for? I guess sponsored is a word to put in my CPS vendor application.
Awesome.
Right. So finally got that step done. And so now I'm waiting on the approval and everything. And then you have to get this expensive insurance and blah, 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 blah.
Right.
And then I can, be a CPS vendor. And that way I can go into other schools. But it just feel like, it's like, I feel like I'm reaching for a life raft sometimes. And it's a necessity. And I also feel like maybe on a federal level, it doesn't seem like it's important to, the federal government. Like when I'm watching Illinois Grant Watch and stuff like that, and I'm not that savvy, because this is my first nonprofit. I
Right.
know that they give a lot of money toward violence prevention. They give a lot of money toward solar energy, clean energy, a lot of money toward like reentry programs and stuff like that. But this is just as important because we have kids that's getting ready to right now go through the winter without a coat.
Right.
Going through the whole school year without a backpack.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, it's just as important. Like when you have households that are functioning on 18, 20, $25,000 for the year,
Right.
and they have to pay, which is a very high percentage of all of the West Side neighborhoods, and they
Mm-hmm.
have to pay rent and lights and gas and food, those things, prioritize those top clothes.
Right.
You got to deal with what we got. You got to wear hand-me-downs. I had a student who came in the closet and asked for a sweater, and I kept saying, well, that's on the girl side. And I swear to you, he said, Miss Qianna, I have on girl jeans right now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, and I commend those kids that still come to school, and still rough through it, because
Mm-hmm.
kids can be mean. They'll bully you and tease you about the things that you have on,
Yep.
and he was so grateful. He got a pair of brand new Tims. He got
Wow.
3 or 4 pair of gym shoes. He actually went on his own, and this blew my mind because we have like a suit rack where we have nothing but suits,
Mm-hmm.
ties, button-up shirts for the young boys and slacks. And he actually went over there himself and was like, Miss Qianna, can I have a button-up and 2 ties? And I was like, absolutely. Like,
Oh, wow.
had on girl jeans. Like, and then I had a couple of guys that were like, oversized. I
Mm-hmm.
needed, at one point, I was rallying specifically for clothes sizes 2 to 5X because I had
Mm-hmm.
a group of boys at one point, probably about 7 or 8 boys that needed bigger size clothing. Clothing that's in sizes 2, 3, and 4X are not cheap.
Right.
Those are men's sizes clothes. We're talking
Yep.
$50 for a t-shirt.
Sheesh.
So I started rallying and so much stuff came through. I'll send you a photo. I did block out their faces and everything. They literally walked out of that classroom with trash bags of stuff,
Oh, wow.
like trash bags.
That's incredible.
So just still building, and I'm just trying to stay in the fight because it does get, you know, it's lonely.
Hmm. I understand. And I think the cool thing about what you do is that you restore kids' faith. And I think a lot of people don't understand that. Like going to school, people are like, oh, it's so easy. All they're doing is, the reading, writing, arithmetic. That's not what it is. It's an emotional journey.
Mm-hmm.
It's a spiritual journey because you're tested on so many levels. It's not even funny, because
Yeah.
as we know, when it comes to Chicago public schools and just schools in general, the issue that I have is that they're not allowing the teachers to teach. They're prepping them for tests. They're
Absolutely.
not really learning the way they should be learning, and they're still not, and they lying to them anyways. So
Mm-hmm.
this whole misconception of, oh, they're teaching them CCR. No, they're not. They had the books are still from 1990. What are you talking about?
I can't take it. And like
So,
safe haven for some kids, like, you know,
yes,
some kids only eat food at school.
that's cool.
You know,
Exactly.
and some kids are, being beat at home, or,
Hmm.
like I say, when I was at Austin under the Alternative Perspectives program, over the Thanksgiving break of last year, a student was shot and killed by his father. So there's a lot of things that kids go through at home, and school is like that safe place.
Hmm.
So, and they always like, maybe like, oh, how much this cost, Miss Qianna? And I'm like, oh, it's free. And they be like, it's free? Like,
Hmm.
yes, it's free. And I don't limit them. I don't be like, oh, take two things, take three things. No, I let them get the things that they need.
Need right.
Yeah.
Because you have an abundance of it. I've seen the
Ooh,
pictures,
oh my God.
abundance of
So
stuff for these
down.
kids, and it's so dope to see how the community has come together to understand that they can be that shining light in
Yes.
what can seem so dim for these students.
It's definitely about community. It's about love, and it's about support. And if we're being honest, of course, we fund America. The Black Dollar funds and runs America.
That part,
We're, right. We're funding the retail. We're funding Nike and Puma and Reebok. We're funding it all. So if we're being honest, clothes is like not a thing for the Black community. You know what I'm
right,
saying? It's just about now. And I tell people like, oh, if you don't have a bag packed up now, don't worry about it. Just say no to the Goodwill. That's what I tell them.
right,
Like,
yeah,
this will like bring it to 290s. It's legally we're known as 290s Pantry, but we've developed the name around the way 290s Closet. So it's
right.
the pantry. We're going to give it to the people who need it. We're going to give it back to the community. We're not
Mhm.
reselling. We are redistributing. We're giving it to the people who need it.
Right, exactly, and that's the thing about it. It's like you. So what's the difference between 290's pantry versus 290's closet?
So when I first started my nonprofit journey, right,
Right,
I wanted to open a food pantry.
gotcha.
So I kind of went down that road, did a little research. One of the things that I didn't like was that, like the depository, you can't pick your food and all this and that. And if I would go into food, because food is such, a serious topic, because we are what we eat and blah, 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 blah,
Hmm.
blah. And, America is the worst place for food and stuff that we allow to be imported here. You can't even get it
Hmm.
in other countries, and, down that rabbit hole.
Yeah.
So I would want like a real dietitian on my team, a real nutritionist,
Mhm.
and I would want to have access to real stuff, like have access to Black farmers, because there are Black farms out here.
Yes.
Get good nutritional food. You have to play a game with that and get canned food. I don't eat canned foods. I don't eat, I eat fresh vegetables. So why would I serve that if that's not even what I do? So I kind of fell off of that, and then probably about, I want to say 6 months later, the closet kind of came up, just working at Austin. And I just legally kept the pantry name, because really a pantry is filled with a bunch of things. It's not
Yeah.
just food. People store a lot of stuff in their pantry, pots,
Hmm.
pans, clothes, whatever can fit,
Yeah.
so like, well, we'll just leave it as 290's pantry, because legally it can be 290's pantry, but the room is set up like a store, like at first it did look like a closet.
Right.
Before I got the racks and everything, it just looked like a bunch of clothes thrown in, into a room.
Right.
It started, being called 290's Closet, like around the school building.
Oh.
Yep. Yeah, because everything is 290, honey.
So what is it about the number 290?
The 290 is the Eisenhower. It's the interstate.
Okay, I was wondering if it was that. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay,
Interstate 290, which is,
yeah,
west side. We 290 crazy. So everything
gotcha. Okay.
90. But yeah, I grew up in West Garfield Park, right off of the Independence exit, which is right.
Okay,
So,
okay.
so yeah, girl, because I have taken a stab at a few projects over the years, and 290 had everything. 290 had a clubhouse.
Okay, gotcha.
I had a literacy program. Like everything was $290 because I'm just
Okay.
a diehard West Sider.
I love it. I love it. You know, it's funny because it's like I understand it because I'm from Chicago, but like it's the same way people don't understand when we say LSD. They're like, wait, what? Lakeshore Drive, chill out. It's okay.
Oh, you from Lakeshore?
No, I'm saying like when we say LSD to other people
Oh,
that aren't from here, they go crazy. Like, what are you talking about? Like, it's a
Lake.
street.
I get real technical. I call it the 41.
Oh, that's hilarious. She
I
said,
get real technical. Be like, yeah, I'm coming down to 41.
that's hilarious.
Yes, girl.
But again, that shows like because I'm born and raised in the north side, so it shows like different parts of the city call it different things because they learned
Yes.
something different.
Yes.
That's what, and this is the biggest thing that I want to do, especially in 2025 when it comes to this show, is showcase all the amazing things that we're doing in this city that do not get news coverage at all.
Yes, that is a fact. I feel like that so much now that I'm in this space, and I do go to meetings like Project Presence over at the shout out to the North Lawndale Firehouse. You don't know about these things like that. I feel like that I say, I feel like we miss out on a lot as a community because the lack of knowledge. The things that we don't know are actually out there. Like marketing is amazing. Like you have to be able to put things out there and let people know, hey, this option is available. Like
Yes.
Douglas Park, I think it was, and discovered that Ravinia has a music school there.
Mm.
And the lessons are free.
Wow.
And I was like, are you kidding? Like a free music, like, you know what I'm saying? Because some kids are still of the arts. Like every child is not,
Mhm.
about academics, books. Some kids are really of the arts. They're in
Yes.
theater. They know how to write, or they know how to draw, or they play instruments, and
Mhm.
sometimes that's not cultivated. So
Right.
it's like I was just really blown away. And the parks, they still offer free swim classes.
Mm-hmm.
They offer or discounted maybe $15 to $30. They offer the music classes. They offer strengthening conditioning. This is like Chicago Park District. They offer dance,
Yeah.
yoga, so much
Oh, yeah.
stuff. It's like, are you
And
kidding?
yeah, and the thing is that it's tricky, right? Because the city offers some amazing programs, right? They definitely do gatekeep the hell out of them, and that's why if you're not in the circle, you don't know, and
Absolutely.
and it's sad, like I said before, like the biggest problem that I see when it comes to the city is that if something negative happens, it's everywhere. When something positive happens, a couple of stations will touch it. Shout out to ABC7 because ABC7 does come out for events if they know about it. I've seen them on several occasions come out and actually tell the full story and really showcase whatever event that they're at. You know what I'm saying? But both most of the stations they don't. If it's not
Right.
nothing negative, they're not going to talk about it, and it's really really sad that we've gotten to that place. And like I said, because the things that you're doing, you should be having news is your thing all the time.
I
As
know.
we,
The Fuel Movement Center, the owner of Fuel Movement Center, he always say like, we need to get the news to see what you're doing. And I be like, oh, okay. Like, I mean, if it's gonna help bring donors, then yeah. But it's not like I'm trying to ring the bells, like, oh, look what I'm doing, because it's not really about that for me. So, but yeah, they do need to shine light on more positive things. I agree with that. It's
and then
straight away from the
yeah.
city. People think that the city's like, oh, are you guys tripping over dead bodies, and do I need to wear a Teflon vest? And it's like,
Right, no, it's not. It's so crazy too because yes, the city has its issues, but every city has its issues.
absolutely, we are a big city.
Y'all just focus on ours more. That's
Mm,
it. And then when we try to do things positive, like what you're doing, y'all want to make it so hard for people to do it that we
exactly.
can't continue
That
it.
part.
You
That
don't want to put
part.
the money behind it. Let's be clear. Let's be clear when it comes to the anti-violence programs. It took us years to get that thing funded properly.
Dang,
The
man.
amount of people the amount of times that we've had community programs, anti-violence programs. Anytime there's an issue with the budget, guess what gets cut first?
Mm,
Every time. It's the arts program and the community programs and the anti-violence program, which I'm trying to understand how that works. So how are you cutting the anti-violence programs when you have a violence issue? What?
Yeah, it's crazy.
But they do it every time. They finally, got somebody in there that's like, okay, let's put some money behind this because it makes no sense to have to be trying to ask for money every 6 months. And I know that because I've been to Springfield having to do that mess before.
Jesus Christ. It's coming up.
Imagine.
I've seen a couple of, they built the Boys and Girls Club on, I think it's by Chicago and Costner. And then it's another wellness building that's being built when you come down Madison, like in the K-Town part.
Okay, nice. Okay.
Um, yeah, it's like a Sankofa wellness hub.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I know, right? So I'm like, okay, they're doing a little stuff, and then they have the farmers market over there on Ogden, and then they have the like the fresh. I don't think it's like a farmers market, but maybe more so like a fresh market where you could go in and get cooked food, hot food, and that's on
Oh, nice.
Kedzie, close to Lake.
Okay. That's
So
what I'm
I'm,
saying. Like it's beautiful. It's beautiful to see all these things manifesting from the work that people have been doing for years in the city to have people understand that Chicago is more than just downtown.
ooh, all you think all
Because
that
that's where all the money goes. Let's be clear. That's where all the money was going. And and the west side and the south side deserve to have things too.
as
The west
well.
side and south side was built by the community, and so the fact that now we have things that are coming in and the community is actually able to take advantage of it, because before what was happening was that all the new people was coming in and taking advantage of all the stuff we worked for. And I'm like, that doesn't make no sense. But the
Hmm.
fact that they're actually allowing the community to take advantage of these things now is phenomenal.
Yes. It's about time. I guess change is constant, and we still have a long way to go, but they're like, I agree, there has been some strides. I
Yes,
agree.
there has been some strides, and I think, and I want to go back to the one thing you were saying, talking about the way that Black folks are the ones that are funding this country with their
Yes,
dollars, and
yes.
so with everything that's going on now, I need you, Black folks that are listening to this, remember this: we fund this country with our dollars.
We
We
do.
need to. We can say no to things that are not serving us.
Yes, it's time. We can
It's
shut down
really time.
wanted to in a matter of days.
That part.
Any business that we wanted to say, y'all, we're done. Like, we could shut it down in days. But it's the lack of knowledge, and we don't have the unity within the masses. You know what I'm saying? To say
Mhm.
we run this, like, understand that we run this. We're working. We're at, you know what I'm saying, and we're giving our money to fund your business. Like all of
Yes.
the retail, hair,
Come on.
girl,
Hair,
clothes,
nails.
yes, shoes, like we keep it running. So that's why I tell people all the time, like, this is about us. Like, it's about clothes, yeah, and about the kid, but this is about us, showing that we are here for us. We're here for our children,
Yes.
no matter what people. We're excellent parents.
Mhm.
Excellent parents. We really care. I watched a Caucasian teacher the other day on the internet said that she has taught all nationalities, all ethnicities, and the Black children are the most respectful.
Mhm.
I literally just saw it the other day. We're excellent parents, and we are excellent people. We're
That
creative
part.
people. We're innovative people. We are loving people.
Yes. Absolutely. And even beyond that,
Yep.
we teach our children respect because we had the fear of God put in us at a very young age,
Okay.
and we lied. And let's be very clear. It wasn't even about like getting spankies. It was the look and just
The look.
the don't even think about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? Are you kidding me? We going to this store. Don't you ask for a daggone thing? I told you ain't getting none right now. Play if you want to.
Yes. It was that you off punishment when I say you off.
Right. Right. Oh my goodness. Like, you know what I'm saying? These kids
Yeah,
don't understand. It
they
took a
don't.
lot to get here. It took a lot. It took a lot for us to
Yes.
get to the point where kids actually have a voice, and that's what they don't get. They think this is all. No, you did not have a voice back in the day. You literally did
Mm-hmm.
exactly what you were told when you were in school. Now the kids can actually speak up and say something. That is what I do think is going to be great for the future, because these kids can actually say something and be heard. We didn't have that
Yes.
option as
We have
kids.
definitely really far for sure.
Yes,
And
we
I'm
have.
proud of us. I know we
Mhm.
got a long way to go, but I'm proud of where we are right now. I really am.
I'm proud of where we are right now. I'm proud of where we have the potential to go. I'm hoping we don't go back. I don't. I think that we as a people have learned to thrive through. So we're gonna be good. And like you said, like we said multiple times on here, we are the ones that are funding this stuff, and we can really shut it down for
Yep.
real. Keep
Yep.
playing if you want to,
Okay. Don't shut down.
because like and because we start spending with each other and stop spending with
Absolutely.
y'all, I don't know what y'all gonna do.
Absolutely.
But yes. But I am so proud of you and all of the amazing work that you are doing,
I
and thank you, because it takes someone like you to be able to change these children's lives. And that's
I
what I think is the most powerful piece. These kids are going to sit there and they're going to grow up with a sense of self. They're going to grow up with a sense of understanding that it is so important to help someone else, to lift someone up and not tear someone down just because of the way that they look, just because you don't know their story.
you
And
don't.
this is what you do with what you're doing. And this is why it's important to have this thing funded. And I am praying that you get every single dollar that you need in 2025
Yes.
and beyond.
Yes.
I'm praying that you get
Yes.
the building that you need in 2025 and beyond.
Thank you.
And you are able to duplicate this specific process in different cities, so that no child has to worry about where they're going to get their clothing from, and get to the point where kids don't have to worry about where they're going to get their food from, other than the schools either.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Because the way that you said pantry, it is going to be, people are going to come to you. You're going to have companies coming to you. You're going to have caterers coming to you saying they want to help out. That's what's going to happen. That's what I see for you in 2025, because
Yes.
you have continuously done the work. You've continuously put your time and energy and funds into this, into helping to save these kids, and
Hmm.
that is what you will be rewarded with.
I love it. Thank you so much, Danny. I really, girl, I can't wait to come to the South Side. I want to be on the South Side, West Side, North Side, all the schools, man. I really do. Elementary and high school. Like, I'm coming. I'm coming for it.
Absolutely. Go ahead and tell everyone where they can find you, follow you, and most importantly, book you.
So right now, if you want to drop off a donation, um, we're at Austin College and Career Academy. It's 231 North Pine Avenue, Chicago, Illinois 60644. You can come through door one. Right now, we're functioning on the school hours, so we're only taking donations Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. Right now, I do not have any social media. My personal page is on Facebook. It's Qianna Sims. It's my name, QIANASIMS. And I usually post stuff on there, about what we're doing, and just any community stuff, flyers, if they're passing out turkeys, whatever. I usually post it there. Anything that's going on in the community. But I know, Danny, I have to follow your advice and get that TikTok going.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh
our
yeah.
email address is thank you. Our email address is pantry PANTRY INC 290 at yahoo.com. So it's pantry inc 290 at yahoo.com. We don't have a pickup service yet, but I am working on it day and night so we can get a small. I'm working on right now trying to get a small little, just a small little car or like a little Patriot or something. I've been looking into, places that donate cars to families and stuff like that, which just hoping, I run into something. So I'll have a little car where I can just pick up donations for the people who cannot donate during those hours.
That is what's up. That is what's up. Well,
Yep.
I just want to thank you for coming on
No,
and telling
thank
us
you for
what you're
having me.
doing.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely. All right, everyone, continue to express what makes you unique.